What up, what up, what up? Happy New Year, everybody. It is 2026. Can you believe it? I cannot believe it. I made it to 2026. You all made it to 2026. Congratulations. I hope everybody is happy and healthy, and let's make 2026 the best year ever. All right, let's check out some charts. I haven't been live for a few days. I took some days off for the holidays. And now I am going to be back full time again. Yes, indeed, I am. So here we are. Here we are. Let me get my pointer. There we go. Y'all can see my pointer out there. Here we go. Okay, so this is the daily chart, my friends. And this is also trading view. So I do also use TradingView in addition to FVGs. So I chart on both of them, but I chart on TradingView because there's a little more you can do. There's just more options than inside of FVGs. So what we're looking at right now is my TradingView account, where I draw all my lines, support and resistance. So I haven't done this in a while, so let's do just kind of a basic recap for anybody out there that is completely new. So what you're looking at here is a chart of Bitcoin against the US dollar. So when it's rising here, that means the price of Bitcoin against the US dollar is going up. And if it's red and it's going down here, then the price of Bitcoin against the US dollar is falling. Okay, so it's weird. The red and green, you see it now, you know, red and green lights. It's red and green during Christmas. Those colors, for whatever reason, have universally been used to psyop us into green is good, red is bad. Not technically or necessarily, right? But reality, it's true. Stop signs are red, got to stop. It's not that it's bad, but it's a negative connotation in the brain, right? Oh shit, gotta stop. It's just a very noticeable color. Green, go, room fast. So, sorry, I digress again. All right. So you're looking at a daily chart, red and green candles. You can actually change the colors on those if you wanted to. And as you can see here on the daily chart, big dump here from 126,000. And then we've just kind of been going sideways. And not a lot of volume down here either. And this time of year is pretty typical. So sorry, my nose is itching and it's running. That's why I keep I know I'm not snorting a bunch of cocaine, you degens. And I'm drinking some coffee though, and I do put crack in my coffee. Jokes, people, jokes. I make jokes all day long. Yes, I do. And I like to sing too. I can stick to a tune. How about you? Pretty soon I'll be freestyling on here, making up rhymes and shit. Oh, what's today? It is Thursday, my friends. It is Thursday. You know what that means? I go live 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We talk about mindset, money, how to better your mind, and how to make more money. Because you can't make more money unless you better your mind. So I have been a little bit prideful lately, and knowingly so. Selfish, if you will. Because, well, I tend to cater to the people around me and just do whatever they do. Well, that's going to change in 2026. I'm going to do whatever the F I want to do, whenever the F I want to do it. And if you ain't on board with that, well, too bad. So sad. Because it's my time, y'all. If you haven't figured it out by now, it is my time. It is my time to shine. I mean, I always shine. I've shined since the day I was alive and born into this world. It's weird when you reflect back on your life after so many years and you kind of like put the puzzle pieces together and you're like, oh, this is what my life was progressing towards. So we are still early, my friends, to the Bitcoin crypto blockchain race, if you will. So AI has kind of stolen the spotlight, if you will, in the media or the narrative. It's now all about AI. That's what's going on in the world today. It's an AI arms race. Who will be the best? And I mean, competition is good. Obviously, that's how innovation happens, is with competition, right? But I think it's funny how people get in such a hurry to accomplish things, not just so I'm kind of switching lanes here, but in life, that is why most people do not find huge success and why most people are happy enough, if you will, with their 9 to 5, their day job, whatever they do that supports them, pays their mortgage, pays their car notes. You get sold this dream and this vision. Then when it's all said and done, you realize that you're trapped. There's no way out. You are in perpetual debt. You have to open more debt to pay off the debt that you're in. Robbing Peter to pay Paul. And you're just missing one piece, one mindset shift, and you can escape that perpetual debt trap that you're in. You can continue to live the life that you're living and the lifestyle that you're living. You just won't have to punch a clock anymore. You'll be able to take your time freedom back. And you can say F you to your boss if you want. You can do what you do, right? But like I said, that's we don't I go live every day, and trading is the venue that I go live on. But as you know, this is way more than trading. And I don't trade, stack more Bitcoin. I just stack Bitcoin with the money I make from my day to day, my free cash flow, if you will, all goes into Bitcoin. And what most people do is they just buy and hold Bitcoin, which is fine. That's great because it's historically gone up over 50% a year for the past 10 years. This year, not so good the year. But I if you know and understand liquidity and liquidity flows just have not hit Bitcoin and crypto yet. I promise you they will. And liquidity works both ways. Okay? Liquidity can push a market down and it can push a market up too. So this where we're at right now, you just have to be careful and you have to know just don't do something you don't know how to do. Okay? Because where we're at right now, as I started the video, we've just kind of been going sideways here on the daily chart. Okay, but you got to zoom out. Always zoom out. We just started a new month and a new year and a new day, but we are still, this is one of those weird ones. We're actually still in a current week. So the week ends on Sunday at 0000 UTC. So we still got a week to go, but we did just start a new month. So for all the new people out there, what the green and red are your candles and is your actual chart, okay? And when you come to a chart, it's going to look like this. Okay? Oh man, I still haven't gotten rid of that glare, and I do apologize, but nothing I can do about it. It's even I could go throw a blanket over, but it's snowing, so I'm not going to go do that right now. You'll just have to deal with the glare. So this is what you would see if you opened the monthly. So if you go so TradingView is free, but they do have paid subscriptions so that you can, so up here on the free one, I think 3 is the max that you can do. So I got XRP and I got Algo open because I'm just on the free one here. Okay. So if you want to pay, I think it's the only thing that I don't like and why I haven't upgraded from the free is because they only do yearly subscriptions. You can't pay month to month. And I do, for whatever reason, I just can't get down with that. I'll pay month to month, but when they force you to, when any company forces you to do, they don't give you options, it kind of makes me mad. And so that forces me to just choose to use Femex more. But if you're into TradingView and you want to use their platform to chart like I do, there's a link in the show notes. You can get a discount on their paid program if you use my link. So this is what you'll see when you open up TradingView and you go to the monthly chart for BTC USD. So I'll just, for sake of like a step-by-step, this is what you do. You open a new tab there. You go here, and mine's already programmed because it's saved, the template that I use. So it automatically opens up BTC USD. But if you were not on a chart, you would go to here, BTC USD. I use Bitstamp, but you can use Coinbase, Binance, Kraken, OKX. All right. That would pull up this. And then I'll go back to the one that's blank. Okay. So you go to BTC USD. Here's the monthly chart. That's how you choose the time frame there. So we're on the 1 month. And as you can see, this month just opened. You can see a tiny little green horizontal line dash there. So let's just zoom in real quick. So see, there you go. This was last month. This was the month before. And so at the start of a month, what we do is we will mark the high of the month, the low of the month, and the close of the month. So we got the high up here, low down here, the close right here. And we are above the close, so that gives us a bullish bias. That's good, a good start to the month. We're holding support here. Okay. Now, as you can see, we got a big wick here, a big wick here last month. That tends to mean that the market was undecided. Market doesn't know which direction it wants to go yet. So we're still consolidating, accumulating, if you will. All right. So we'll zoom out here back to the law. There we go. Okay. So every candle here is 1 month. So that was December, November, October, September, August, all the way back to here was 2021, 2022. Here was COVID. Right here. Actually, COVID was right here. All right, right. March. There you are, March. There's COVID. That was the bottom. And then they injected, because of COVID, they injected all that liquidity. They printed all that money. And what happened? Boom. Up to 20K or 68, 69K. Then down to 15K. This was the last bottom here. And ever since, this was December of 2022. January of 2023 was a big month. Okay, that was the start. We are at the end. So are we going to continue the trend here and go down? Well, when you put these indicators back on here, we seem to be holding. And the reason that there's 3 yellow lines right here is because I'll show you. Let's just get rid of it. Okay, get rid of it. That seems to be the one that we're respecting the most. Respected it here. Respected it, and we're respecting it here. So until we fall out of this support, I'm bullish still. I have a bullish bias. I think that this is a great place for the institutions to pile in and it's a place where retail thinks it's going lower because of the 4-year cycle. So, but until it falls out of that, okay, so and the way I did that is take it's called a ray, and I shot it from here. This was the other one that I had on there, okay, that it could be. So this was one, right? And then we fell out of that. So then it became here. But then we kind of, which it still could be this one, right? You could go like that. But if you ask me, the one I have on here is the most accurate. You could also do what a lot of people do, and what I have on my FVGs chart is a parallel channel. A lot of people like parallel channels. You only need 2 points, so 1, 2, and then you draw up. So if you draw it like that, we've stayed inside this parallel channel for a long while too. Do something like that. And we haven't fallen out of that one yet either. So until that happens, until we fall out of the bottom support, I'm saying we got 20, we'll probably pump. I think we'll pump in 2026. Everybody will pile in like they always do at the top instead of piling in right now. So if you have some money to allocate right now, here would be a good spot, I think, to enter into some long contracts. And again, if you join us inside the mastermind, this is not the strategy we teach inside the mastermind. Inside the mastermind, we teach you how to just stack Bitcoin upon Bitcoin upon Bitcoin. When the price goes down, you just buy more Bitcoin. When the price goes up, you scale out of some contracts. And that has been the best strategy that works for me. So right now I'm just piling in a bunch of long contracts. I'll wait for it to pump. I'll wait for a big green candle here. Scale out some contracts, wait for it to pull back, which it probably will. When it pulls back, I'll add more contracts. I'll wait for it to pump. I'll scale out some contracts. I'll wait for it to pull back, add some more contracts, wait for it to pump. Okay. Now, does this always happen? No. That's why you have to know what you're doing, or else you'll get wrecked. So come join us inside the mastermind. We teach that strategy in more depth. So let's add this back on here. So, and then we got our upward, this orange line here is our upward resistance from way back here this was the peak in 2017. I've told this story before, but this is where, let's see, where was it? It was the summer of 69. JK. Summer of 2015 for me was when I bought my first Bitcoin. Around here, right about here. And then I used it to buy some illegal substances online on the dark web. Like most people, that's how they got exposed to Bitcoin, as did I. Yes, I use cannabis. I am a medical patient. I have my Utah medical card. And so I do it legally. But back to my story. Before I could do it legally, I bought it illegally on the dark web with Bitcoin. And I would have it shipped to my house. And it was sketchy, but it worked. And so I did that for a while. And then it became legal in Wendover, which is about an hour outside of Salt Lake, 45 minutes, 90 minutes. And so I would drive to Las Vegas or Nevada to get recreational. So it was legal, but then it would become illegal because I would cross the state line into Utah. So now it's nice that I have my medical card and I can legally purchase and use cannabis in the state of Utah. Makes it kind of nice. You don't have to worry anymore. Well, I worry no matter what, whenever there's a cop behind me, even though I'm a law abiding citizen. I'm sure it's the same for a lot of people out there. But I'm not ashamed. And I actually promote the use of cannabis uh, prescriptionally, or what's the word? When used properly. So most people don't use cannabis properly. They use it, they abuse it. I have to use it to stay sane. If I don't use it, I become crazy, if you will. Legally, like if I would go, I would have to go to a doctor and they would tell me, they would put me on pills like Zoloft or whatever the SSRI is that makes my brain the way that it is. So everybody's brain is different and everybody's chemistry is different. And so, but if you use cannabis the way that it should be used and properly, and the way that it should be used is from a young age, I believe. And I teach that, okay, all these kids that are running around on, what is it? Speed, the legal speed, not Ambien. Someone help me out in the comments. What is it? Because their kid is hyperactive, right? No, you just make some gummies or cookies or whatever with indica, and you gotta figure out the right dose, right? And that's the nice thing about being a medical patient, is they dose it for you. When you go to the pharmacy, you get your dose that's appropriate for you, and this just comes with learning, right? Because everybody is different. And so I recommend that you go talk to a pharmacist and find out what's best for you. But if you have a hyperactive kid, well, then give him some indica. If you got a non-hyperactive kid, a depressant, if you will, well, give him some sativa and see what happens. All right. So I am a straight up tree hugging hippie, my friends. I believe in natural remedies, and you should too. That's what we're about here at cjpeart.com and at cjpeart. It's about being sovereign and making your own medical choices, not doing what the medical establishment tells you to do. Don't make your own decisions, do your own research. Not just not just with your health, with your finances. That's why we are all about decentralization and decentralizing your life, not just finances, everything. Spiritually, financially, okay? If you put trust, full trust in the government to support you, you're wrong. If you put full trust in your faith to support you, you're wrong. You put full faith in yourself. And then you know what? You don't dismiss all of those other avenues either. You have to have all of them. It's not about religion, it's about community. And religion is a great way to tap in to a community. So we have our online community here that supports us in doing deals. And that's again why I have a private Discord, is because that is the inside circle where deals get done, where money is made, where bonds are formed, relationships are created. And we can share our knowledge, our ideas, our resources, and become the largest, most elite online deal making, legacy preserving, wealth creating community online. That's who I want with me. That's who I want behind me. So if that's you, if you have resources, doesn't have to be money resources, it could be credit, it could be time, it could be skill. If you know how to run businesses, manage people, manage businesses, well, that's a great skill, and we want you to be a part of this group. If you got money resources, well, duh, we want you to be a part of this group too. Obviously, money resources are great. Credit resources. If you got good credit, if you have access to lines of credit, but you don't know what to do with it, you don't know how to put it to work, you don't know how to generate cash flow with it, well, come learn. We teach, that's what we teach here, is how to use other people's money to generate cash flow. And then you take that cash flow and you buy another business, another asset that cash flows, and you just rinse and repeat. You can do it with real estate. You can do it with businesses. I like businesses. I like triple net leased business. It's the least amount of headache, least amount of risk, least amount of work. And so what do? We The strategies and the information and the access that you gain by joining my private Discord channel is can't even be put into words. I know you've heard your network or your net worth is tied to your network. It is 100% true. Who you surround yourself with determines the amount of money you will make. And if you surround yourself with losers, well, you're not going to be making much money. You got to surround yourself with winners, people who do deals, people who know what life is all about. Life is not just about money. It's good to have. Certainly is good to have. And it's fun. Life becomes a lot more fun and interesting when you can have and do the things that you want to do and you don't there's no stress tied or attached to it. And the only way you can do that is with money. So for all the losers out there who say, oh, money is evil, money is root of all evil, blah, blah, blah. You don't know what you're talking about. Do you know how much good you can do with money once you have it? Money is not evil. People are evil. When you put that money in that evil person's hands, that's when money becomes evil. Money just amplifies what you already are. If you're an evil person, you will become more evil. If you're a good person, you will become more good. It's just how it goes. So back to some charting here. All right. So we have been going up, 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 up since 15,000 down here. So this is the floor. That's why I have this yellow line here. Okay. This here is so once it broke above here obviously we've been climbing since 15,000. From 15,000 all the way to 126,000, back down to 80,500. Okay. So that's where we're at now. 88, it looks like. And this purple line is this high right here, or this equal high. This is if we fall out of this apex that we're in right here, that we're heading in. Okay. I think we are going to go like this. Beep, 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 beep. And then we'll fall. And maybe this will hold. Maybe it won't. But only time will tell. So that's where we're at, I think. But if we fall out of this and this doesn't hold, well, then I think we're going back to here. So that price is 62,000. So that's the monthly chart there. Every candle takes 1 month to print. The yellow lines on my chart or the orange are my trend lines, my above and below, and major. My purple is, I drew it on the monthly, so that's right here. And then this wick right here. Red is from the weekly. Let's go check out the weekly. Since the week is coming to an end. So as you can see, the perspective changes when you go down on time frames. but it's still all my lines are still the same. Your lines don't change when you go on the lower time frames. So I got my red equal highs here. That's why this red line's here. If it breaks out here, that will be the first major, well, this fair value gap, that's what this purple box is a fair value gap. That means price just moved real fast to the downside. And so it's an inefficiency in the market. Price tends to always return to that area. That's what everybody and their mom is waiting for. So once it hits this, is it going to pop the price higher up here, or is it going to push the price back down? As you can see on the weekly, we've just kind of been going sideways here. After this big wick pump, everybody, got a bunch of probably a bunch of long people in a bunch of longs, trapped longs down here, or not trapped longs. If the price goes down, a bunch of longs will get taken out. Okay. If the price goes, the longs. Okay. Now the shorts are this, it's just the opposite, right? So if the price goes up here, then the shorts get taken out. And it's just all about liquidity. Is there more liquidity on the buy side or the sell side? And right now, it's just undecided. But as you know, rates, the Fed has been lowering rates, which means money is coming to the markets, liquidity is coming to the markets. And so everybody who is in the know or who understands liquidity and markets, they're positioning long here. So that's the weekly there. This red line. So we got major support here. So if it falls out of here, then we're going to go to here, then to here, then to here, then to here. What happens every time price hits a level? Either accepts or rejects it and falls to the next level or rises to the next level. And that's what we're waiting for right here. We're waiting for this to go either direction. And the nice thing about once you understand how to trade with leverage and how to use leverage in trading, it doesn't matter if the price goes lower if your risk management is set up properly, because you just will get taken out of your long position and then you reverse your position and you go short. You just join the trend, the direction of the trend. It took a while for me to learn that. It's a lot of patience in the markets. You got to be patient. That ties back to the beginning of the video. What most people do, they're in such a hurry to do anything, to eat, to shop, to make money. It's got to be now, now, now. Boom, boom, boom. And in life, in general, anything good takes time. I like that movie In Time with Justin Timberlake and Amanda Seyfried, because it is, even though it's just a movie and they're portraying time as currency, and the more time you have, then the wealthier you are, and the slower you do everything because you have more time to do it. You don't have to be in such a hurry. And that's a great way to look at money. The more money you have, the more time you have to reflect on what you want to do with that money. Whereas people who work 9 to 5 and paycheck to paycheck, they already know what happens when they get their paycheck. It's gone. They don't have time to do nothing but go back to work, clock in, earn more of those paper dollars. Okay, that's not what we teach here. We teach you how to use other people's money to buy assets that generate cash flow, and you just stack those assets on top of each other. The more cash flow you generate, the more assets you buy. The more cash flow you have free, the more Bitcoin you buy. Our strategy is superior to anybody else's strategy. Again, I can't give it all away for free. Come join us inside the mastermind, learn the strategies. They're all free inside. You just got to choose which one applies to you, which one works best for you. Come network inside the mastermind with other like-minded people, and deals just happen. It's wonderful. So people are piling in here. Is it going to go up? Is it going to go down? Who knows? Nobody knows. Only time will tell. So that's the weekly there. Red lines I draw on there. Purple and then green. And then that's where we started, was on the daily. Just kind of been going sideways. And when that happens, so here is the high, 126, 272, hit that upward resistance, and it's just been falling ever since. Well, it fell, found support here, bounced, retested, held, couldn't get above here, fell down, found support here, bounced, and just been going sideways. So just have to continue to wait. That's all you can do. It's all you can do in this. And again, this time of year, historically, is this, it's just slow. It's the end of the year. It's the beginning of the year. People are strategizing. Okay, what do we need to do? Where do we need to take money from? Where do we need to put money? What's the strategy for the year? Then once everybody implements those strategies, then that's usually when the market rips and goes one way or the other. So we're just waiting for that to happen. And you can scalp in times like this, or if you set that as a range and turn on a bot, then it just is buying and selling all day long for you. It does the work for you. It's pretty sweet. So that's where we're at. And then if you wanted to manually scalp, you could also go, I like the 3 hour for determining. See, the 3 hours just been having these pumps and dumps. Pump, dump, pump, dump, pump, dump, pump, dump, pump, dump, pump, dump, pump, dump. But it hasn't been going outside of this range here. It's just been, and you can take advantage of these if you know what you're doing. But what do? If you're on still and you made it this far, I give away golden nuggets. I'll give you our strategy. It's really easy. We buy on the red days and we sell on the green days. All right, folks. Until next time, be kind to each other. I love you. Peace, love, prosperity. 2026 is going to be your best year ever, my friends. So tap in, tune in, level up. I love you. Peace. Oh, yeah. And join me back live, 5 p.m. Eastern.